Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode I'm going to be riding this Honda Monkey Bike 125 around this great country, and as you could imagine I am super excited and super nervous all at the same time. So let's cue the intro.
This adventure is supported by Keis Heated Apparel, Gerbing, RoadSkin Motorcycle Wear, keeping you toasty and safe throughout your adventures.
Well, you do join me literally the night before I'm about to set off. The bike is fully packed up, it is ready to go. If you look into my eyes you can probably see they're a little bit red, and that's a little bit due to lack of sleep, excitement, adrenaline, because this trip is going to be absolutely epic. I'm setting off on that Honda Monkey Bike, riding all the way around this country, pretty much solo. Hopefully people are going to find me along the way and this adventure is going to tell its own amazing story. But I'm setting off solo by myself on the Honda Monkey Bike, and my aim with it is to get to Hunstanton tomorrow and then basically set off north around the coastline, following it as much as I possibly can, all the way around, not missing out any of it. Scotland, the lot, all the way around until I get all the way back around Hunstanton. This is going to be an adventure like no other. I haven't put a time limit on it. I am literally going to set off hoping I can get all the way around and not run out of money. This is going to be absolutely crazy. Hopefully loads of people will join us along the way. Hopefully the sidekick will make it, but I don't know any of that stuff yet. It's so unknown. This is so winged. I don't have a set route. I've not sat there planning it out on a map. I'm literally going to head to Hunstanton and head north. So this is going to be absolutely crazy. So I'm going to do my best now to go to bed. If I don't sleep well, I'm going to set off even if it's pitch black, because I want to start getting the miles down. This is a big adventure. I need to start hacking those miles down. Hopefully I'll get up, 7 in the morning, get myself ready and head off for about 9. But the reality of it is I'm probably going to be setting off a lot earlier. So let's do this as we always do in true helmet head style. Let's set off on this crazy adventure. So I will see you, for you in a second, for me, sometime in the morning. So I've covered just shy of 90 miles. I got up at silly o'clock in the morning because I was super too excited. Set off in the pitch black and it has been peeing it down. Torrential rain pretty much most of the morning. I was riding through some of the country lanes and I was hitting massive puddles that I wasn't sure if I was riding a monkey bike or if I was in a life raft in a storm at sea. I was all over the place. But when we got onto the main road and I started hacking down some miles, it was absolutely awesome. We are actually at the most iconic place of this entire trip, because I've gone from Desborough to Hunstanton, and Hunstanton is on the east coast. This is the place that I'm going to be setting off from properly wise now, and I'm going to be heading all the way around the country to get back here. So Hunstanton is already known for bikers. In nice weather in summer, this is full, absolutely full of bikes. But right now I'm here by myself. at 8 in the morning ish, in the pouring it down rain, to make this the most iconic place ever. So ladies and gentlemen, let me give you Hunstanton, the place we're going to start and finish this real crazy adventure, riding around the whole of the UK on that awesome monkey bike. So ladies and gentlemen, Hunstanton. Well, I've had a bit of a stroll around, spent a little bit of time, not that long to be honest, but long enough to know that everywhere's closed at this time in the morning. I'm going to jump back on the bike. Now we're going to start heading north and I have to go back on myself. I'm ideally now going to head through Skegness and then continue up. I've just literally dotted a load of places on Google Maps, and that is literally my plan now. It's just to keep trying to follow the coastline as much as possible, see how far we get. I want to stop, obviously get off the bike, get some food somewhere, because it was a sillily early start. So, shall we get back on the monkey? Start heading north. Start this amazing, amazing ride around the coastline. What a moment. What a place. And I will see Hunstanton. Well, I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take me. And what's going to happen on the way. What this adventure is going to bring. But my plan, my aim, my goal is to get back here, touch that sand again, and say that we've done it. Let's get on with this. This is going to be wet, but awesome. Well, here we go. Let's go north. Let's start this, properly start this adventure of riding around the outside of the coast. Ignore the 90 miles. Now, because I have done the silly thing, obviously, of getting off the bike in the rain and filming and walking around, everything's soaked. So I've got sand in my gloves because I picked up sand. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing well. I am doing well. Anyway, let's get going. We're going to cut back down, like I said, head into hopefully Skegness. I don't particularly want to go into Skegness itself, but we'll see what happens. I already know that on this adventure I've obviously put it massively out there that people can come along and follow me and join in. I had a message last night, but I'd obviously gone to bed because obviously I was trying to get as much sleep as possible. Not that that works, I was spending most of the night checking the clock, but someone said they're setting off from Milton Keynes. I don't know where they are. Obviously I've set off really early, so hopefully they'll be able to catch me up. What's nice to hear, people are already looking for me, already wanting to join in on this adventure. There's loads and loads and loads of messages and stuff that I've got, so even if only quarter those people come out because of how bad the weather is, or even a few of them, it's still awesome. I'm just happy for anybody to, you know, say hello and chat about the channel and enjoy coffees and join me on this craziness. Now obviously my big scene there was supposed to be drone flights, and I actually thought in the head that I might make it here for sunrise, but none of that's happened. None of that's happened at all. I can't fly the drone when I know the cameras don't show it, but it is raining well, not massively heavily at the minute, but well and constant. It's just not worth damaging it, so it is what it is. But anyway, Whew, I'm going to put a few more miles under my belt. I've got a nice full tank of fuel, and the road is our oyster, the world is our oyster, well, the UK. So yeah, let's hack down some more miles, let's get through it. And I've got a feeling with the weather, it's saying that it is going to rain 90% of the time, and I think it's going to rain 100% of the time for me personally, because I think I'm just going to be following this all day. So I'm in it to get drenched through. Like I said, water, no matter what waterproofs you put on, they are obviously doing a great job, especially these bottoms, these RoadSkin over waterproof bottoms, because they're just, obviously they're meant to fit, and they've checked that they fit over the jeans, and they're really good. This waterproof top's doing okay-ish. I bought that. Not saying what I buy is rubbish at all, but yeah. But either way, no matter what you do, there's a level when you're riding, and you're going to get wet, and you just have to get on with it basically. So I know I'm going to get wet. I know my hands are now wet. My inside of my gloves are wet where they were dry because I've had them off, and my helmet's wet because I've been carrying that around. So everything's wet. So basically I'm telling you that I'm wet, and you're sick of me telling you that I'm wet, so I'm going to hack down some miles, and I'm going to probably stop for something to eat sooner or later. Let's rock and roll. Just stocked up in McDonald's. I don't think they were that impressed, because where I sat down there was like a puddle of water because I'm that soaked. And the woman came over and she mopped it up, and she put a sign down. She said, "I'll stop people from coming around here. Nearly everyone that walked through the door," she was like, "Oh, can you sit over that side? There's a bit of water over there." So I'm still sitting there eating my food. A few minutes later, she comes back over and mops up again. About 20 minutes out later, so I'm on social media, she comes back and mops up again, and you can tell she was desperate for me to go. So anyway, I'm going. I've had my food. She was polite, but I've had my food. Back on the road. Let's get some more miles down, but I'm ready. I'm feeling good now. The rain has kind of like calmed down a bit, so I'm hoping I'll dry out. Still a little bit, but we'll see. Or I'm just going to go and ride back into the rain again. Doesn't matter. Either way, does it? So let's get some more miles done. Well, we've done just over 125 miles, 126.4 to be precise. It's not bad going so far. I just hope this rain stops now and I get a chance to off a bit, because everything's quite wet, as you could imagine, being in the rain. Oh, I got my Keis heated jacket up on medium, and I've got my gloves on. I've not got my gloves on, what am I saying? Gloves need to go on. Let's put these bad boys on. Let's get some heat flowing through them, help them dry out. I can always turn them down if they get too hot. But we are off. We are off, man! Right. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I look at the sat nav and it says I've got 45 miles, but I think that's until the first like waypoint. I've just put waypoints down, and in my head I'm like, oh, 45 miles, and it's like I can chill out again. And of course I can stop at any point and take a break, because that's what I can do. But the reality of it is that's probably, like I said, to the waypoint, and there'll probably be another 30-40 miles to the next and to the next, and I can't really stop until I get all the way around the UK, other than little breaks and chill out times. Whew. I just want it to dry out. Let's get out of there. Now my phone, I managed to get a little bit of charge in it. It charged for a little bit inside McDonald's, and now it's literally, I unplugged it to bring it out, tried to plug it back in, it keeps coming up with the same thing about water damage if I plug it in, so it's not charging. But I'm hoping again that will dry out if we can keep the weather off it for a little bit. I'll give it, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour, and keep trying to charge it. In my head I'm thinking there's another option to keep my phone charged, because this literally is how everyone's tracking me, and plus really it's the easiest way for me to navigate the way I want to go. But anyway, my other super exciting, awesome idea is I'll go and buy a wireless charger, strap it somewhere on the bike, and try and let it wireless charge if it's going to not do it via a cable, if I have to go through days and days of rain. That's kind of one of these other options I've got in my head now. Quad lock, and I've got one because obviously they sent me all their products. They do a wireless charger, but that of course is wired up and on the Harley, not on this bike. So I suppose I could look for a parts place and just buy a wireless charger, quad lock one, and plug it in and have have it like that. That's probably another option, a way of doing it, but I don't really want to have to try and wire stuff up now I'm out on the road. But we'll see how it pans out, one thing at a time. I'm going to let the battery go down a little bit more, like I said, and I'm going to try plugging it in and unplugging it again a bit and just see how it works out. Time will tell. Time will tell. Right, let's we are coasted over there. We're kind of on the UK. We're kind of on the fork part, a bit of the UK that you go sort of round and back out and then along the coastline. So we kind of are on the coastline, but we kind of have to come in and out again a little bit, if that makes any sense to you. I have literally not had a lot of sleep because of the excitement over the last few days, and last night probably, I don't know, a couple of hours in reality. So I'm probably sounding more and more like I'm babbling, and that's probably because I know for a fact tonight I am going to sleep like a trooper all night, and I'll make more sense tomorrow. But you still love me and I love you, so let's just keep going. I keep trying to get this cable to work, but it's not even saying it's connected anymore with warnings. I think I might have another cable. I regret opening this box because it's too full to get to anything. Poo. Cables are in there, but not really the right place or the right time. I think I know where there might be one. That work. It's really small though. That reach from there to there. Come on. Please work. Please work. Nothing. Shit. No. I need to dry that out. Where am I going from here? A17, A16, A17, A16, A17, A16. Right, this is not good. I don't want to run out of power. A17, A16, and then have no mobile, and I don't want to damage it so it won't charge. Hopefully if I unplug it, put it in my pocket, it'll dry out, let alone I'm damp, so that's probably not the best idea either. But I'm getting low on power, aren't I, on that phone? Right, pocket, power, charge. It's got to be done. Right, okay, so my current plan really is to try to dry my phone out, because obviously the connector's got water in it. It's not taking any charge. I've left it on, but I've switched off the screen. I've put it in the inside of my jacket. I've plugged my heated vest in, jacket, all plugged in. Oh, I've not done my thing up. What a prat. I've done my heated, I've put my heated jacket on, full blast under here, and I can really feel the heat pounding through. So I reckon if I let it get nice and hot, I'm hoping 20 minutes, half an hour of riding, I'll give it another try. If not, I'm going to have to explore other options, because I want tracking to run. I want people to have to follow me, and I also don't want to kill my phone, especially this is only day one. So yeah, brilliant. Day one, man. Oh no, I don't put it here yet. Another thing you have to do when you've got all this gear on, you have to pull all this stuff because I've got stuff in my pockets, and sounds like I'm moaning, doesn't it? Already. Oh, big truck's coming. Oh, actually, let's get this heat. Get everything on full whack. Let's just get some heat going. Let's get the gloves on as well. Why not? Hopefully I can dry some stuff out, including, fingers crossed, including this phone. And if I can get charging it, happy days. Darn it. I don't want to lose that phone. Not now, not this early in the trip as well. Yeah, power out, let's go. So I've pulled over because my phone's almost dead. I need to find somewhere better than this because I'm right next to a road. But I've gone right through my back box and I've found another cable and it's charging. Yes. So I need to pick up a couple more of these cables because I think I'm going to go through them like absolute mad. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to find somewhere down this road to pull over a little bit more safer than next to this main road, and I'm going to change some batteries and stuff. But I've got to charge. So relieved. I thought I'd actually broken my phone for a minute, but then riding in rain for hours, probably not the best idea. Well, I've managed to get my phone to charge, so I'm massively relieved. It's staying charged as well. I've done a few more miles down the road, not huge, but just enough to make sure it's still working, and it is. And this is awesome. I mean, I've finally things are good on there. Like, the bike is working well, and I've got to say that the tyres, right? The tyres on the monkey bike, and I've already moaned about this previously for myself, and I knew really I should have got them done beforehand, but to be honest, I just can't afford it, not doing this trip and everything else at the same time. But if you see the tyres on here, they're like massive knobbly things. And when I was riding this morning, when you're going through like a puddle, it's like a boat. They are so sketchy. It was like proper dodgy. But the rain has stopped, at least for the minute. The rain has stopped, so I'm good. I don't care about the tyres now because the rain has stopped. Everything's wet. I'm wet, to be completely honest as well. But none of that matters either, because we are between Boston and Skegness currently. It's about 12:30-ish, so we've still got a good few hours in front of us as well. I am probably going to stop an hour or so earlier than I would on a normal day, because I've obviously been on the road since ridiculous o'clock this morning. But this is beautiful. Look where I am. Down here, these are like the waterways. Now, there's a guy that watches his channel called Fentor. He'll know more about this area than me, so I'm sure he'll say on the comments. But these are like the waterways that go off to the sea. And as I'm riding along, there's like swans and ducks and all sorts just paddling along down there. And there's no one here. This road is just middle of nowhere, no one here. And it's fantastic. And the reason why I'm in the middle of nowhere is because when my phone went wrong, I sort of tried turning it off and putting it in my pocket and letting the heat from the jacket try and dry it out in case I damaged the phone. And I kind of just then followed, what was it, the A16, A17, whatever it was, and I've ended up sort of not going inland as such, but sort of cutting across a little bit. So I'm now heading back towards the coastline to then take it up to go via Skegness, get through the other side of there, and then probably from there I'm going to potentially find the time then to pull over and find somewhere to stay for night one. The first place. But look at this, no one, middle of nowhere, perfect, absolutely perfect. So I'm going to do a little bit more riding. Obviously I'm going to make it really cool with style, because it's not raining. I can actually do some decent filming as well. So let's do a bit of epicness, and then let's pull over next and potentially book a hotel or get stuck in Skeg Vegas, where all the poor people go on holiday. Either way, it'll be fun.
Feeling in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it
should. Okay, so it's about 2:15 in the afternoon now. I've done just over 200 miles. I was hoping to find a really nice coffee shop, something I could stop to be able to look for a hotel at this point, but I've been riding for ages and there isn't any. I'm basically in the middle of nowhere between Skegness and Grimsby. Grimsby's massively famous for its fish and chips. So I'm like, oh, do I stop fish and chips? But no, and my plan of it is now is to basically book a hotel somewhere north, hopefully about 2 hours away, an hour and a half, 2 hours away. I'm happy for an early finish today, to be honest, because I've been up so early. Like I keep telling everybody over and over again. Literally over there is the coast. There's just been 2 cars pulled up with dogs, so they're obviously walking down the coast. So I just thought this is a perfect place. Now I stumbled across wherever I am, this little bit near the coast, because the road's closed, and I thought I'd take a detour, end up taking me a bit like Green Lane and then end up in here. So so my plan now is to literally go onto booking.com, find somewhere, but yeah, we're doing all right. I'll show you on the map exactly where I am. So this is where there's Grimsby just there, and then we're here. Skegness is there. So we zoom out a little bit more. We are, why is that done that? Right, we are here. So we've managed today, if you just look at this, we've ridden from, where are we? We have ridden from around here, all the way up here, back down, and all the way up here. And there's Hull. So tomorrow, I want to stop before Hull really, or stop after Hull. But tomorrow, we'll be then heading up here, and I've got some exciting stuff to talk about tomorrow. We'll be heading up this way. We've done well. We've done really well. Quick look at the monkey. So I had obviously cleaned ACF 50, the bike as well. That's not oil leak, is it? No. Before we set off, obviously it's gone through loads of rain. So it's day one. It's not doing too bad. The chain, I checked everything and the chain's looking a little bit loose, but that might just be because there's so much weight on the bike. I don't know, but I'll hopefully get someone to be able to sort the chain out, hopefully. Anyway, hotel. So I've managed to book myself a hotel. Now I stood by the bike and a warden guy came past. Those cars keep turning up and stuff, and he went to me, oh, nice bike, blah blah blah, and I said, oh, I'm travelling around the UK, I'm aiming to stay at Grimsby. He was like, oh, we don't want to be staying there, mate. So he suggested that I stay at Cleethorpes, I believe I'm saying that right, hopefully. And anyway, he said that's probably a better place, it's just down the road from there and you'll probably find better accommodation. And he was spot on. I found a place, £60 a night. It's the Burlington Hotel, and I'm just looking forward to getting in and out. It's nearly 20 to 3 by the time I've had all this chat and all the looking on the internet, the lot. So it's still coastal, so I'm going to literally just aim to get there and chill out. But hotel booked, 60 quid including breakfast. Hopefully it's good. Private parking should be good for the bike. And to be fair, I'm pretty knackered. I was on the road from, I don't know what time it was now. Was it 5:30 this morning or something? So yeah, I think I deserve to stop. But hey, lucky, local people, local knowledge, it's the way to do it. Start a conversation, tell them where you stay, and they just go, ugh. You instantly know you've picked the wrong place. Right, on the bike, hotel. Well, I've made it to the hotel room. I've done just shy, I think, of 250 miles today. That's not bad going, especially, I know I started really early, but especially for all that rain, because pretty much 3/4 of this ride was chucking it down rain. But anyway, I've made it to the hotel. This is £60 a night. I'm going to let you have a quick look around here, and then I'm going to explain about the bike gear and stuff like that. So this is the Burlington Hotel, and I've paid 60 quid for this. What is a small double, and it's not that small, to be fair. But yeah, a nice little dirt-like double bed. I quite like it on here. It sounds daft. But on the light, they've got little USB sockets, so I can charge more stuff. Massive bonus for me, or especially when I'm charging my phone up at night. Cupboard space in there. My Keis jacket, I'll talk about that in a minute, it's hanging up. That's actually really dry. Even on the sleeves that's really dry. That's my bike jacket with the waterproofs over the top there. Bit of cupboard space anyway. And then obviously you've got around here, you've got straight into the bathroom. This is alright, isn't it? Nice bathroom. I've obviously already had a shower, I've been in for a little while. Doing the old fashioned thing about drying all of my clothes on that rack. And then the other side, because I want to explain about these boots. So my motorcycle boots that I got out of the cupboard, because I'd wear my boots and my adventure stuff and like my proper boots, and I wear like the boot shoes. obviously when I'm wearing jeans. So I've put on my boot shoes, and they literally were cracking. So I was like, oh damn it. So I've taken my Wrangler boots that I actually wear most of the time, and obviously they're not waterproof, so they are absolutely drenched through. I was literally hanging when I got back. You could hear it squelching. So what I'm doing the old fashioned thing of using the hairdryer to dry out the boots, literally, and just sticking it in, leaving it to hopefully dry. Because the thing of it is my back box down here is absolutely rammed, and there was nowhere else to put anything. I've literally had to push it closed, so I've not brought any other shoes. So they're dripping wet, and obviously I've got to go for a walk to a pub or a restaurant to get something to eat, and I don't want to spend any longer in wet shoes. So more than likely I'm going to have to pass a bike shop at some point and buy myself a new pair of proper waterproof boots, and just chuck these boots in the bin, because if it's going to rain as much as the weather forecast, so pretty much the weather forecast is saying that tomorrow is going to be sunny, and then after that it's just torrential rain again for days. So yeah, I've got to do something about that, because I can't keep going around in soaking wet boots. As well, in the hotel room there's room for my laptop, perfect little desk, plus I brought that plug there, all my stuff charging, plus stuff over there. Anybody that does YouTube will get you need 1 million plug sockets to get everything charged up in the morning. So let's talk about the gear. Now this is the important thing. Obviously I'm being supported by some big brands. Now today, obviously I've said all the way around the trip I'm going to be wearing the RoadSkin jeans. Now they sent me the waterproof overcovers, and they are dry. The reason why they're on there is because of my shoes, where obviously these have touched into my shoes, the water's crept up a little bit. But the waterproof over sort of proofs have worked really well on the jeans. I've turned up, I'm not like going, oh, I'm all wet around the crotch or any of that sort of stuff. They work spot on, and I will kid you not, they are the lightest jeans I've ever worn, and I've had quite a few bike jeans, and I normally go for quite thick ones on purpose, but they're like probably more rated than the jeans normally wear, and they are so light. It's like I could wear them going out, if that makes sense. I could go to a restaurant and feel quite smart in them. So far I'm impressed. We'll see how they pair over time, but so far so good. So the Keis gear, now I chose to set off you wearing the Keis gear, and what I found is plugging into the Honda monkey bike, I was literally set off, and it was quite chilly. It was chugging out of rain, it was quite chilly this morning. And if you literally stick that on low heat and these on low heat, I was actually all right most of the day. I did crank these up to high heat because it was getting quite wet. I wouldn't say that it's like red hot burning that you feel, but these keep you quite nice and snug. The jacket is doing really, really well. What I found towards the end of the trip, after about 20 minutes, it's like they were turning off, and I've got a feeling that the alternator on the monkey bike is struggling with it a little bit. So I had to switch on a couple of times, but it stays for about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then you notice it's getting a bit chilly again, so you have to just press the switch. There is an app for that. I haven't done any of that yet. I'm going to experience it throughout the trip, and I've got a feeling as well, if I use the app, then potentially it will probably work a little bit better, but we'll see. So I need to play a little bit more with that, but they did work. It did keep me warm, but like I said, about every half an hour they seem to turn themselves off. And it wasn't as much heat coming through the gloves as I'd expect, but I've got a feeling again that the monkey bike is really struggling to be able to run all of the heated vest into, because the battery in that is so small, and it's still the original battery, and I know it's already not the best. So potentially I need to change that for a high crank battery. But we'll see. It could be just I'm doing something wrong, or because it's soaking wet, it's triggering it, and it's cutting it off because it's a safety thing, because all that stuff around where all the wires where I plugged it in, that was getting drenched and soaked through today. Honestly, it's been taking an absolute battering. Well, we did so well today, haven't we? We've done basically about 250 miles. I am knackered. You can tell that I'm absolutely knackered. I've just checked my social media and it is going absolutely crazy. We've got some amazing offers. There is a garage in Weston-super-Mare that have ordered me oil, filters and tyres. So when we get there, there'll be a big thing on that. But how cool does that mean? I get rid of those knobbly tyres on there, because this morning when I'm along in the pitch back and I hit a puddle of water, I'm like this and I am absolutely bricking it. And I don't like those tyres. So by the time I've done about halfway around the country, they'll be proper worn out and desperately in need of some tyres, and the bike will get a proper look over from a proper garage. So I absolutely cannot wait for that. Tomorrow is shaping up to be a fantastic day. We've got somebody that you might have recognised on the channel before meeting me here tomorrow at 9 AM in the morning. We've got another guy that's meeting us that's going to act like a bit of a support, but I will tell you all about that as well tomorrow. So it's all looking absolutely excellent. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get myself a beer. I'm going to edit this video so I can get it out to all of you guys. And I've not eaten other than the McDonald's breakfast I had this morning, so I'm feeling a little bit flat, but I'm also grinning because it's already bonkers. It's already nuts. Today, phone's not charging and stuff going wrong, but it's an awesome adventure. So I'm going to see you in tomorrow's episode on this crazy Helmet Head channel. I love it, and I'm going to see you then. Bye bye for now.